Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're here to break down Thursday Night Football, Week 3, the best game of the year, the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Miami Dolphins. This is the game I've been waiting for to watch all year. I mean, who isn't ready to watch on Thursday night primetime the Miami Dolphins and the Jacksonville Jaguars? I mean, it's just the best game of the year. I mean, yeah, Week 3, Sunday Night Football, Packers, Saints, Chiefs, Ravens, who cares about that? We got Jaguars, Dolphins. This is the game of the week right here. I'm gonna break down all of it for you, all the best plays, strategies. But before I do, if you're new to this channel, make sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, leave a comment. All those things really help me out. Had a ton of growth throughout NASCAR and NBA season. Now NFL's here, so I keep saying that, but I'm just so happy NFL's back. If you want to get more of my content, you can always subscribe to my Patreon. For only $10 a month, you're gonna get articles for every single Showdown slate, so the main ones. So Thursday night, Sunday night, Monday night Showdown slate, you're going to get articles for that. You're going to get articles for the main slate for every week for every single position, separate articles for every position, along with my rankings for cash and GVPs, my top stacks, and my injury notes. So be sure to go over there and check that out. I'll put the link in the description below. And if you want to follow me on social media, Twitter's at DFSNateLane, Instagram's at NateLane_. I'll put the link in the description below for that as well. But I think it's time to start breaking down these players. And you know what? I don't care if Fitzpatrick's the top one. We're going to start out with the best quarterback in the league, Gardner Minshew. 16,500 as a captain, 11,000 as a flex play. I love Gardner. I love him today anyway as play, but not as a captain. I just don't want to go to captains for quarterbacks. I'll say that over and over and over again. There's only a select few that I'm cool with going to a captain at, and usually they're just too expensive anyway. Gardner Minshew is not one of these guys. I mean, it's going to be a high-scoring game, and I mean, for Gardner Minshew to be the guy you need to be a captain, he's going to have to run in at least a touchdown, or he's going to have to pass like we saw Russell Wilson the other night, 5 touchdowns to 5 different players. So that's probably not going to happen. So Gardner Minshew is more somebody I want as in a flex spot, especially if you're going to have a wide receiver or a tight end or a pass-catching running back. But Jacksonville doesn't. Well, I guess if you put Chris Robinson or Chris Thompson, but if you're going to put a pass catcher and a captain, you're going to want to put Gardner Minshew in there as well, because I mean, just think about it. If Mike Gesicki scores a touchdown and he's your captain, you're going to want Mike Gesicki's on the Dolphins. I'm an idiot. If DJ Chark scores a touchdown and he's your captain and Gardner Minshew's in the lineup, you're going to get like pretty much double points. I mean, it's not exactly double, but you're going to get more points because you have both players. So having those wide receiver stacks of the quarterback are very important. So I'm going to say that for both quarterbacks. For both these guys, I don't want either of them in my captain spot. I want both of them in my flex spot. We want to go look at the matchup for them overall. When we go look at the offensive versus defensive line matchup, it is both a positive match for both of them. The Jaguars have a better overall matchup than the Miami Dolphins do. When we go look at the wide receivers, Gardner Minshew his starting receivers are DJ Chark, Laviska Shenault Jr., and Keelan Cole, and Ryan Fitzpatrick's are Devontae Parker, Preston Williams, and Isaiah Ford. They're going to be matching up against the Jacksonville receivers. Going to be matching them against Byron Jones, Xavier Howard, and Nick Needham. And the Miami Dolphins going to be matching them against rookie corner C.J. Henderson, who's just looked very good throughout weeks 1 and 2. Looked like he's going to become like a shutdown corner in the league. He looks very good, along with Trey Herndon and DJ Hayden. Overall wide receiver matchup, the Jaguars have the advantage on that, on Fitzpatrick as well. When we go look at the linebackers versus the tight ends, Gardner Minshew has Tyler Eifert, and Ryan Fitzpatrick has emerging, I think, star tight end Mike Gesicki. Gesicki's going to be going up against Joe Schobert, Miles Jack, and Leon Jacobs, and Tyler Eifert's going to be going up against Jerome Baker and Kamu Greiger-Hill. Overall, that's going to be, once again, a more positive matchup for Minshew. And then the safeties, we have Josh Jones, Andrew Wingard in Jacksonville, and Eric Rowe and Bobby McCain in Miami. Overall, that's going to be actually a better matchup for Ryan Fitzpatrick there. But overall, we go and look at the matchups, and Gardner Minshew is going to end up with the better overall matchup over Ryan Fitzpatrick, but not by much. It's not something like, honestly, like yesterday's, where Alvin Kamara had just an insanely better matchup than Josh Jacobs did. And I mean, that showed yesterday in the game. But today, I mean, I think they're pretty much even. I'm fine going to either of them in tournaments. Or, I mean, if you're playing cash on a Showdown, you're crazy anyway. But Gardner Minshew, Ryan Fitzpatrick, they're both fine plays. Definitely going to have them both in my flex spot. This game's a high total game, 48 total game. The Jaguars, I believe, are favored by 2. I don't know. It's a really close game. It's going to be a shootout, high-scoring game. No two bad defenses. So it's actually, I joked about, it's Jaguars Dolphins, but I mean, this is going to be an entertaining game to watch. It's going to be a ton of offense, a lot of scoring. So I'll be watching a game. Well, I might be watching NBA, but it'll be on somewhere in my apartment. So definitely looking forward to watching Gardner and Fitzpatrick, two of my favorite quarterbacks to meme about in the league over the last few years. face off on Thursday Night Football. So, can Miami just play Tua? That's just really, I think that's what everybody wants to see is Miami to play Tua. All right, we're going to go to tight ends where we got Mike Gesicki at $11,100 in this captain spot and $7,400 in the flex. And Tyler Eifert at $8,700 in the captain spot and $5,800 in the flex, and James O'Shaughnessy at $2,400 in the captain spot and $1,600 in the flex. I'm not looking for any of these other super cheap tight ends. I don't think they're really going to do anything. No one's really, they don't get the ball thrown to or anything, so nothing I want to go look at overall. If we go look at overall matchup, we're going to see that Mike Gesicki has a positive matchup, and Tyler Eifert has a positive matchup, and James O'Shaughnessy has a positive matchup. This is going to be something that's going to be a trend on this video. A lot of positive matchups. Last week, Mike Gesicki saw 11 targets, and he saw 5 in week 1. If you see, I didn't talk about that on the video because Mike Gesicki's the linebackers for Buffalo got ruled out. But if you're a subscriber to my Patreon and you read my injury notes, then you saw that when Matt Milano and Tremaine Edmonds were ruled out, that I really liked Mike Gesicki, and that showed. Opened up the middle of the field for him two of the best defensive players on that Bills team. Mike Gesicki had 11 targets, smashed, was in the optimal lineup in tournaments. So I like going back here again. Just an absolute great matchup. Miami just sucks defense. They're just their linebackers don't have anything on Gesicki. I really believe he's an emerging star tight end. I think he's very, very good, very athletic, very skilled, and he's not really used as a blocker at all. He's used as a slot wide receiver. That's his role out there. He's going to get the ball thrown to. This is gonna be a game where there's gonna be a ton of scoring. I definitely like going to Mike Gesicki. I think he's got upside. I like him as a captain. I like him as a flex play. I like him everywhere. Stacking with the quarterback. So I think Gesicki's very, very good. Then Tyler Eifert and O'Shaughnessy are probably going to be only flex plays for me. Eifert saw 6 targets last week, and O'Shaughnessy saw 4. So that was surprising. Considering both only had 1 in week 1. So they got some usage. They're going up against a Miami team that's just really not that good on defense. They're going up against a Miami team that's not good on defense. I'm pretty sure I said Mike Gesicki's going up against a Miami team as well. It's not good on defense. I meant the Jaguars. Both these teams aren't good on defense at all. The Jaguars have allowed 30 points per game both games. We saw Buffalo torch Miami week 1, and New England didn't really torch them, but New England plays so slow. This is a team. The Gardner Minshew team is playing a little bit faster pace than New England. But yeah, Eifert and O'Shaughnessy, solid flex plays just because they had the volume last week. I was kind of surprised when I was kind of going through everything at the end of games. I saw Eifert had 6 targets and O'Shaughnessy had 4, so that was a little shocking. But maybe they stick around with those. O'Shaughnessy is definitely used in the red zone. We've seen that for 2 years now, so definitely some guy to throw in some lineups. He's cheap too, so I don't hate him. Up next, we'll go to the wide receivers where, Devontae Parker is probably the main guy people are going to talk about. But Devontae Parker has actually a really tough individual matchup. Overall, he's got a positive matchup because C.J. Henderson doesn't have PFF grade for me yet. I'm actually going to go download the stats in today, but the new one, the week 2 grades. But Devontae Parker, this is the problem. C.J. Henderson, has shut down the first 2 weeks. Who'd they play week 1? They played the Colts week 1. T.Y. Hilton got shut down. Who'd they play last week? They played Tennessee. Corey Davis really didn't do anything. He had a touchdown, saved this game, but if he didn't get a touchdown, he wasn't doing anything that game. So C.J. Henderson's looked very good, one of the highest PFF graded corners throughout the first 2 weeks of the season, and he's a rookie. Devontae Parker probably is his toughest matchup. T.Y. Hilton's really not that good anymore, and Corey Davis just isn't good anyway. So, this is the best. This will be the toughest spot for C.J. Henderson against Devontae Parker, but that matchup scares me. But he did get 8 targets last game, and he 4 in week 1. He's going to be involved in the offense. He's number 1 receiver on his team, so we know he's going to be involved. I do like his overall matchup. Outside C.J. Henderson, it's a good matchup. So I think Parker's still a fine one to go to. Definitely someone I want as a captain eligible. I don't hate going there. Isaiah Ford had an overall good matchup. He's really cheap. Isaiah Ford's only 4,000 on or he's 3,000 in a flex play. He saw 9 targets last week, so that's a great one. Preston Williams 1,600 as a flex play as well. I wouldn't go to Ford as a captain. I don't think he has the upside to really pay off as a captain, but Preston Williams definitely does. We know what Preston Williams brings to the table. We saw games last year where he just exploded. 7 targets week 1, 5 in week 2. So definitely someone I have as a captain possibility, especially if C.J. Henderson's going to lock down Parker, and it's going to be a lot of Preston Williams in this game. So I don't hate going there at all. And then, Isaiah Ford, just at that cheap of a price tag to get 9 targets is fine. If you want to even play Jakeem Grant as a flex play, 4 targets week 1, 1 in week 2, I think he's a fine option. Just someone, we saw last night, in the Saints Raiders game, any of these random guys can score. Alec Ingold and Zay Jones scored touchdowns last night, so just play these random guys that are going to get maybe 1 or 2 targets. Maybe they're going to get in the end zone, so don't hate going there at all. Then on the Jacksonville side, DJ Chark has been the surprise of the year for me in Jacksonville. The market share of targets from him has been terrible. I mean, 3 in week 1, 4 in week 2. I think it's overall a 10% market share of targets in Jacksonville, which isn't good. That's not what I expected from him. He's supposed to be a wide receiver 1, but he's got a great matchup. We know DJ Chark's skilled. He's talented. I don't hate going there at all. I think he's a good GPP play. I think he's a good captain play because I know he has the upside. Maybe he gets some more targets this week in a much better matchup. But, I mean, yeah. I mean, the fact that last week Keelan Cole and Chris Conley each got 7 targets and DJ Chark got 4, I don't like that at all. But, yeah, I mean, it's still DJ Chark. I'll definitely play him in the captain spot. Keelan Cole has had like a revival season this so far, and he's only 5,400 as a flex play on Draftkings. I don't hate going to him as a captain, honestly. I mean, he's seen volume in the first few weeks. He's got a good matchup against Miami. They're not good. So, I don't hate that. And then Chris Conley at $2,200. I mean, he saw 7 targets last week, only like 1 or 2 week 1. But he is going to be involved in this game. And, I mean, just someone to play in a flex spot. I mean, it's only $2,200 as a flex play. I like going there. And then Laviska Shenault, I mean, he's been involved 4 targets each of the first few weeks. He's got upside. I mean, he's a very quick, fast receiver, big receiver too. I think this guy looks very skilled. I think he's going to be a good receiver in the league if he can stay healthy. I know he had injury concerns in college, but Laviska Shenault looks like a solid option to go to as well. I think he's someone I definitely want to target in a flex spot. Probably not going to go to a captain because I just don't think I think most of the time DJ Chark probably goes more often than Laviska Shenault, but still a solid option. And then we'll close this out with the running backs. Where we have the undrafted rookie running back sensation, James Robinson in Jacksonville. I mean, this Jacksonville success behind James Robinson is so funny. But we'll start with the Miami guys, and I really just don't want to go to any of these guys. Breida isn't doing anything. Gaskin is too expensive, and Jordan Howard isn't really doing anything. So let's see. Matt Breida. Week 1, he had 5 attempts. Week 2, 7 rushing attempts. Week 1, 0 targets. Week 2, 2 targets. Myles Gaskin, 9 rushing attempts week 1, 7 week 2. 4 targets week 1, 7 week 2. That's some volume. I don't hate that. That's 14 and 13 on touches in the first 2 weeks. And then Jordan Howard, 8 and 5 for attempts. No targets. Jordan Howard, we know that's not going to happen. So that's like scary. And I mean, the match is fine, but it's not like that good. I don't know. I don't want to go to any of these guys at captain. I don't want to play Breida at all, really. I mean, I'll probably end up getting a few Lions because last night Jalen Richard scored a touchdown, and I probably just can't believe I didn't play him. Still kind of kicking myself for that one because I had lineups that have had Jalen Richard in it. They would have basically won. So, Myles Gaskin at I think he's fine. 7,200 is kind of expensive, though, for that. Not as much volume as you'd want, but, I mean, he's got a floor at the targets, so I think he's a fine option to go to. And then Jordan Howard, I hate Jordan Howard. I've honestly, ever since, I've always thought Jordan Howard was overrated back to the Chicago days, if you ask me. And, I mean, I just don't like playing him. He's not a fun guy to play, but he gets usage in the red zone, so he has a touchdown upside, and you're going to kind of need that. If he scores a touchdown, his GB's like 4,000. Then we have James Robinson and Chris Thompson in Jacksonville. Robinson, 7,800 as a flex play, 11,700 as a captain, and Chris Thompson, 2,600 as a flex play. This actually isn't that good of a matchup. Miami's run defense really isn't that bad. I mean, it's not great or anything, but it's not bad. This is the worst matchup I have on the overall data running backs for Jacksonville, but I don't hate it. I mean, James Robinson's had 16 attempts in both week 1 and 2, and then 1 and 4 targets in his first 2 weeks. Chris Thompson, though, is only a flex option for me. He's not getting a lot of volume, 4 touches in each of the first 2 weeks, so someone just uses a flex play. But if you want to go James Robinson as a captain, I think that's fine. I'll definitely have him as a flex play for sure, but I think it's a valid captain just because of the volume he's getting. Matchup isn't like that great. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I don't expect Jacksonville to really just be playing from behind. We saw him catch a touchdown last week too, so it's not like he can't be used in the passing game at all, so I don't hate going there at all. But yeah, I think that's really all I got to say on this video. Hope you guys really enjoyed it. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Check out more of my videos. This is the only first one week 1. Tomorrow my quarterback and running back video will be out. What's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Wednesday, right? Yeah. Thursday my receivers and tight end videos will be out. Friday my top cash plays and my top stack plays will be out. And then Saturday injury notes or injury report news. So be sure to stick around for all that stuff. Thank you guys so much for checking this out. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And maybe on Thursday night someone can take down a tournament.